Hi everyone, good morning, and welcome to day two. Day two of High Vibe in 5. Very warm welcome to you. I'm just checking that I am actually live. It's been known before that I'm not. Um, yeah, there we go. Amazing. Hello and welcome. If you're here, do let me know. Say hi. So lovely to be in this space with you. And yesterday was really exciting and interesting, and it was lovely to get all of your amazing feedback. So thank you very much. I'm really sharing on these 5 days. I'm really sharing how I now am really like elevated into this space of fairly consistent high energy. And it hasn't always been that way. And if you watch yesterday's video, you'll know that I was quite unwell. I was quite detached from myself, and yeah, felt like I needed a lot of healing. I needed to come back to myself. I can't see the comments. Oh, good morning. Thank you, Marion. Thank you. So today I want to talk about the body because in a space of expansion and elevation and delight, when we rise into that space, we have to tend to all parts of ourselves. We have to love all parts of ourselves because in the higher frequency, that is love. So if there's a part of ourselves that's not feeling loved, then we need to really like lean into that. And I made the mistake for quite a long time of kind of really stretching into the spiritual aspect of the world and not looking after my physical self. And that's obviously a massive rookie error because how we feel physically is how we can expand on the spiritual front. So, if you're not looking after your physical self, that will be reflected in how good you can feel, how high you can fly, how extraordinary you can just hang out in the delights of the 5D consciousness. So tending to the physical is like the best gift that you can give yourself. So today, in this quick video, I want to talk about two things. Sorry, I haven't actually spoken very much this morning. And one is how you see and feel about your body, and the other is what you do to keep it in alignment. Because if you are opening up to a space of delight, if you are moving into a space of freedom and flow and joy, and then you get undressed and you catch sight of yourself in the mirror and you say something unpleasant to yourself, or you just feel unhappy about how your thighs look or how your belly looks, that is immediately putting you back into a different energy. And the physical is a big deal. Like, these two have got to marry up for us to be in our next level energy. And so this is quite a sticky point, especially for everybody, but especially for women, I think, because we're fed a kind of ideal, and of course the ideal is not the average. It's not, it's not what we really are. So a bit like what I said yesterday, like, monitor what you're absorbing. So be really careful about what you're taking in and what you're allowing yourself to feel, because if you're reading magazines all the time, for example, then you'll be looking at an ideal body shape, an ideal look that may not be how you look and feel yourself. Probably isn't. So that will, even if you think you're neutral, it will be making you feel less than in some way. So really like look after how you feel about yourself. And how can you do that? Well, affirmations work really well. And if you're a person, and this works for everything, if you're a person that wants to, for example, lose weight, then you've got to love where you are right now. So loving your body as it is, and that, like, really, like, oh, like, these legs have walked so far. I'm celebrating myself so much. Really, really being grateful for what you have, for the health that you have, the limbs that you have. You know, like being really, really grateful in the energy of your body right now. And let me know in the comments if you have some kind of sticky energy around loving your full physical self. Because as we get older, maybe you've had children, you know, our body shapes really change. And loving cellulite and, you know, wobbly bits, like it takes some practice to get into that space of loving it all wholeheartedly. But if you want to rise into a space of real expansion, you've got to love your vehicle. You've got to love this more than anything. You've got to tend to it like every single day, and do that with speaking beautifully to it. You know, giving yourself a massage. There's a lovely Indian technique, I can't remember what it's called, and it's body brushing up towards the heart and down towards the heart. Really, really beautiful dry body brushing, and then giving yourself a massage, just you know, a gentle massage. And I do this a lot, but when I first started to do it, I was amazed at myself. Like, because I hadn't really sort of taken any time to, like, have a look and feel of my body. I was amazed. I was like, wow, I didn't even know I had that funny little bit on my elbow or whatever. So it's like, get familiar with your body and really love it. It's a really important part of your expansion, is loving where you're at right now and loving your beautiful body. So really set yourself up for success. I love my body unconditionally. I'm so grateful for this body for taking me so far and doing so much for me, and everything else that you're feeling. So that's one aspect of really allowing yourself to kind of like bring these energies together. And the other aspect is really, really like understand your body, understand what makes it in its highest state. And this is really also super important, because if you're feeding it heavy words, it will feel heavy. If you're feeding it heavy foods, it will feel heavy. It's dense energy. And you know, like, the higher you want to go is like eat light, feed yourself light words. It's about that kind of energy of living, of life, of vitality. That is what will make you feel in that expansion, and that is then what will give you like amazing insights, incredible intuition. You'll feel really alert and alive, you'll sleep really well. All of these things will start to kind of like unravel and unfold in this space of beauty. So holding yourself in this energetic expectation that you're on the rise, and it's so exciting. So work out what works for you best. And I mean, there are some things that work for everybody, definitely. So personally for me, I enjoy fasting until lunchtime, and I never thought I would do that, but and that's been proven to really, that rest is really, really good for your whole body. It is really healthy to do that. So some kind of intermittent fasting really does help you to kind of expand into a space of kind of integrating all of you. It's a really beautiful thing to do. So we've got body brushing, we've got self massage, and now we've got beautiful affirmations, and now we're going to be feeding it beautiful things. Now the one thing that is the absolute massive game changer, I think pretty much for everybody, certainly for me, is loads of water. And I know that we hear that all the time, but like actually doing it is like, it creates a big shift. It creates clarity. it creates like a space in our energy field, and it allows us to rise into this space of expansion so much more easily. Like honestly, it's like this is, you know, I have several of these a day, um, and it's warm water with lemon. That suits me. That's what I enjoy, and it really really helps me to rise into this high vibe. So yeah, so we've got intermittent fasting, we've got plenty of water, and the next thing is what you eat. Now, if you want to change your diet, then you have to change your mentality as well. Because when you eat things that are of the old you, because we do, we go back and we eat things that, you know, we know aren't serving us, we go back and we eat them. And the thing is to change the energy around that. So, not to feel guilty, not to class it, oh, I've been really bad, I've been really naughty. I've allowed myself that thing. How does it feel? Not that great, but I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm just going to let it go. So it's having a different energetic exchange with that food. But in the main, what we want is to be eating fresh, whole foods, living food. You know, like fresh, like salads, that kind of fruit and vegetables, that vitality then moves into our cells, and it's really like health giving. So this is like the energy of like massive expansion when we really really start taking in this next level energy, when we start actually absorbing it into our cells in terms of our food. This is a brilliant thing to do. And also like giving thanks for your food, and even giving your food a little bit of love and healing before you eat it or you serve it is a really beautiful practice. So really noticing how you're feeding yourself. So feeding yourself beautiful words, feeding yourself just joy and love for your beautiful vehicle, and really giving yourself the foods that it needs and requires to be in high vibration. And there is a direct correlation, there's no doubt about it. You know, if you are prone to feeling depressed and low, and what's the point if you're doing this, I want to be high but then I keep sinking down, you know, diet has so much to do with it. Like if you're eating things that are pre-packaged and heavy, that's going to make you feel heavy, and there's so much dense energy in that, and no nutrition. There's no nutritional value in it. It's been, you know, shaped into something that's not food really. So have a look at what you're eating and what you're putting into your beautiful vehicle, because that's another sign that you absolutely love yourself, is that you take time to prepare food that nourishes you, that fills you up with light, that is your next level self. You know, what does your next level self eat? Well, she probably doesn't eat burger and chips. You know, just like leaning into that space, because everything is connected. It's not, oh, I want to be high vibe, but I'm still going to eat pizza. And yeah, you can eat pizza, but like you probably don't want to eat pizza, at least not every day. But also not making yourself wrong. So there's all these components, but it all comes from a place of love, of glorious love. And that's been my soul mission, is being into this energy of soul love and like higher vibration. And how can I get into a higher vibration so that I can live in this space of love and feel amazing, and I can help my clients as well. You know, that's really like, that's the most important thing for me, is how to show up in my best energy and feel amazing. So I've been on this journey right from being told that I was going to have to be in a wheelchair to flying high and never feeling better. That's how it has worked, and it's worked for me exploring all the little tiny intricacies of how I can feel better. So today is all about the body, and we've talked about affirming to your body that it's loved, that you are so grateful for your body. You're doing beautiful practices like self-massage and dry body brushing, and also move your body. You know, like it actually needs exercise. And that is like a really, it's an important part. It's a really important part of loving this beautiful vehicle. So all of these things, along with a plenty of water and high vibrational foods help you to lock in and anchor in this next level. And you know, in this next level, then you can then shoot up and feel like all the expansion because you are already well set up, your foundations are strong. So I would really encourage you to really spend some time unraveling your feelings about your body and really reshaping and reframing those thoughts, because whatever your body is doing and feeling right now, it will feel a whole lot better when you give it that one-to-one love and care. There is nothing that you can do that's more important, other than like tending for small children, is looking after yourself. It's looking after yourself in all of the nuances of that, all of the aspects of looking after you and being really, really loving to you. So this today is about the body. Look after your body and, you know, like nourish it, cherish it. It's part of your spiritual growth. It's not separate from it. It's part of it, and it's a really important part. And the better you feel physically, the higher you can vibe in your spiritual world, in your energetic field. So the two are so linked. So yeah, I hope that that has been interesting and helpful for you. Do let me know. Oh, so much going on here. Body brushing. Thanks, Catherine. It wasn't that. I'll have a look and see what it was. Thank you. Good morning. Good evening, Caroline from sunny Australia. Hi, Cass. Hi, Marion. Hi, Nanda. Too much static. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Yes, yes. Lovely warming foods in the winter. Yeah, absolutely. And it's about keeping to the true food, isn't it? And keeping to the true sense of that food, so that it's not so distorted that when we put it in our bodies, there's nothing good left in it. So yeah. So thank you very much for being here today. These 5 days are all about stepping into being your best energy and vibing at your very highest frequency. And of course that doesn't stop. We grow higher and higher and higher in that beautiful vibration. So this is an important part of really anchoring in and making your foundation strong, is getting all of this energy in line and loving our vehicle. So we are on day 2. We will start day 3 on Monday, and I will be telling you all about higher love, which is coming very, very soon. I'm excited to share that with you as well. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for being here. Do let me know your biggest takeaways or things that you struggle with your body. It's always really, really interesting to hear your thoughts as well, of course, and I love to hear from you. So thank you so much for being here, and lots and lots of love. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.